students, how are you all? Hope you all are doing well. So today in this class we are going to study about the various irrigation facilities or the irrigation systems which we are having in our country. But before going to this video, let us have a quick revision of what all things we have studied in the previous classes. So these all things we have studied in the previous classes, that is about the crop production, what is a crop plant, then we have studied about the method of sowing the seeds, then also we have studied about the various agriculture tools, then the method of preparation of soil. These all things we have studied. Hope you all have understood that. So let us now begin the irrigation system in India. So without any further delay, let's get started. All the living beings need water for their proper growth and management. Us, we human beings also need water, otherwise we'll get suffer from dehydration if we don't have a good amount of water in our body. The same way, plants also need a good amount of water for their proper growth and management. As we know, for the process of photosynthesis, plant needs water in good quantity, then only they can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. And how they get this water? Most of the time they get this water from the soil only. So how the water reaches to the soil when we are talking about our crop plant? What do you understand by the term irrigation? Irrigation means a proper supply of water to the crop plants. But how that water reaches to those plants? As we all know that water is the most essential part of our body. All the living beings need water for their proper growth and management. And the same, plants also need water for their proper growth and management. But how plants get the water? Plants get most of it water from the soil by its root. The roots are there inside the soil and they absorb the water through the soil capillaries. There is a space between the soil that is known as water capillaries, and from there absorb the water from the soil. So in this way the plants get their most of the water. As you can see here, the roots are there and that roots are getting their water from the soil. Now the question arises, why the plant needs water? So there are some points, I'll tell you about those. There are some points, by that it is clear that plants need water in a much amount, and it is very much necessary for the plants and for their growth and development also. The first point says that germination of seeds. Germination of seeds does not take place without water. As we know, for the germination of any of the seeds, there are 2 or 3 most important conditions necessary, that is the warmth, the moisture and the proper sunlight. This is the 3 important conditions for the germination of seeds. So as you know, moisture is the content from where water is absorbed by the seeds. In that sense, we can say that water is most important for the germination of seeds. As soon as the seeds germinate, then only there will be a plantlet. The plantlet will convert into the seedling, and then after it will grow into a plant or a tree. Then the next one is the roots does not elongate in the dry soil. It needs moisture and it needs loose soil for its elongation and growth of the root. And the third point says all the minerals and fertilizers which is present in the soil are absorbed through the roots, and it is absorbed by the process of imbibition, or we can also say osmosis, and that osmosis takes place only when there is a presence of water. So fertilizers and minerals are also uptaken by the plants, absorbing process from the soil. The fourth point says that the water protects the plant from getting frost or also from the hot air currents. So these all are the 4 points which proves that water is most important for the plant's growth and development. So as of now, when we have understood that why water is important for the plants, now let us see by which all means we can provide water to the plant or to the soil. To maintain a proper moisture in a soil, we need to supply water regularly. The supplying of water regularly in the different interval of time is only called as irrigation. note down the definition of it. Supplying of water in a field, supplying of water in a field in a regular interval of time is called irrigation. And we know irrigation is most important for all the plants, as we have discussed earlier. Now, the irrigation is not similar for all the types of crop. It will be varying with the type of crop, with the type of season, and with the type of soil quality. So there are three things by which the irrigation varies. The first one is the crop, the second one is the soil, and the third one is the season. So now you can see the irrigation will be varied with these three factors. So for the different variety of crops, there will be a different interval of irrigation, there will be a different season, and there will be a different crop. Suppose if we are watering the wheat crop, then we have to water it for a different interval of time, and as it is a summer crop, so we have to water it in a different interval of time throughout its lifespan of the wheat. But if we are talking about a rice crop, then we have to provide a standing water irrigation. That means the rice plant should be dipped in some amount of water for the whole lifespan until it gets mature. So these are the two different examples I have given. So hope you have understood that there is a difference of irrigation for each and every crop. As the time and frequency of irrigation varies with these three factors, we can understand it by this manner, that in a summer season there will be an excess amount of evaporation through the soil and through the atmosphere also. So that time we have to provide water in a different interval of time. It may be in the morning time or it may be in the evening time. If we irrigate the field in a afternoon time, there will be an excess amount of irrigation, and in spite of getting the water by the plant, that water will be evaporated in the atmosphere. But if you are talking about the winter season, we can give or we can provide water any of the time. And during the rainy season, as we know, there will be a natural system of irrigation by the rains. So according to the season, the time of and the frequency of irrigation differs. Now let us talk something about the source of irrigation. How can we irrigate the field? What are the sources of getting the water, and how to irrigate the field by the various sources? So here are some of the sources you can see. That is the pond, the lake, river, dam, tube wells. These all are the things by which we can have a proper irrigation of our crop fields. So mainly we are going to discuss in detail about the two different types of irrigation system in this class. That is about the traditional method of irrigation and about the modern method of irrigation. That we will discuss in the next class. This was all about the today's class. Hope you have understood. This was only the introduction part of the irrigation system. Hope you have understood about it. Here are some questions for you that you have to send it to me in a reply. So here is a question. Why water is important for your crop? Why water is important for your crop? Only one question for you today. Hope you have understood about today's class. Thank you.